Hello, my name is Mitch Johnson, and welcome to my BA 719 Marketing Strategy Analysis. Today I'm going to walk you through the marketing strategy for ModPlug, a company developing revolutionary modular equipment whip systems for data centers. I'm going to demonstrate how the marketing strategy concepts we've learned this semester apply to real business venture that I'm working on for my capstone project. What makes this particularly relevant is that ModPlug addresses a significant pain point in a rapidly growing data center industry. And I'll show you how marketing strategy frameworks help us understand the opportunity and chart a path to marketing success. All right, let's dive in. Agenda. So I've organized this presentation around the 5 C's framework that we studied throughout the semester: company, collaborations, customers, competitors, and context. This framework provides comprehensive structure for analyzing marketing strategy. We'll start by examining the company, ModPlug's mission, value proposition, and competitive advantage. Then we'll look at collaborators, the strategic partnership, and the distribution relationships that are critical to our success. Next, we'll analyze our customers and how we segment the market, who we're targeting, and the lifetime value potential. Then competitors, understanding the competitive landscape and how we differentiate. Finally, we'll explore the broader context, our brand position, go-to-market strategy, and innovation opportunities. The comprehensive analysis demonstrates how these frameworks work together to create an effective marketing strategy. So let's begin with the company itself. ModPlug is developing a UL-listed modular whip system that fundamentally changes how electrical installations work in data centers. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is a modular whip system and why does it matter? Currently, when data centers install electrical connections to server racks, they require licensed electricians to perform field terminations, essentially custom wiring work at each location. This creates 3 major problems. First, it's expensive because you need licensed electricians for repetitive tasks. Second, it's slow because you are dependent on electrician availability. And third, it's a nightmare for national deployment because every state has different licensing requirements. Our solution is a plug-and-play system with factory terminated connections and a modular top hat attachment. This eliminates field terminations entirely while maintaining full UL and NEC compliance. What this means practically is that when we can reduce the need for licensed electricians by 40 to 60%. Now, let me briefly touch on our marketing mix, the 4 Ps. For product, we have the modular whip system with UL certification as our core offering. The price, we use value-based pricing. We charge based on the cost savings we deliver, typically pricing our system at 70 to 80% traditional installation costs. So customers save 20 to 30 immediately, even before labor savings. For place or distribution, we're using a multi-channel approach: direct sales to large operators, partnerships with electrical distributors, and relationships with data center construction firms. And for promotion, we're focused on technical demonstrations, trade shows like Data Center World, and industry publications where our target buyers consume information. Our initial target market is co-location data centers. These are facilities that rent space to multiple customers and need to deploy infrastructure quickly, cost effectively. They're perfect early adopters because they value rapid deployment and operate multiple facilities where our standardization really pays off. This brings us to our mission, which drives everything we do. Our value proposition is built on 4 interconnected pillars, and I want to walk you through each one because they demonstrate how we've created real value for our customers. First, cost savings. By reducing licensed electricians' requirements by 40 to 60%, we're talking about tens of thousands, if not millions of dollars saved per facility. When you're a co-location operator building or expanding multiple data centers, this adds up quickly. Second, speed. Time is money in this industry. Our plug-and-play systems can accelerate deployment timelines by multiple weeks. For a co-location provider trying to get capacity online to meet customer demand, being able to deploy weeks faster is a significant competitive advantage. Third, scalability. This is where we really shine for national operators. Because our system is standardized and doesn't require state-licensed electricians for the installation phase, you can deploy consistently across multiple states without navigating different licensing requirements. This removes a major friction point in multi-state data center builds. And fourth, compliance. We maintain full safety standards. We're UL listed and NEC compliant. This is critical because we're not asking customers to compromise on safety or regulatory compliance. We've engineered a solution that's both innovative and compliant. What's powerful here is that these benefits reinforce each other. The speed enables scalability, the cost savings make the business case compelling, and the compliance gives customers confidence to adopt. Now, let's look at the market opportunity. The data center market continues to expand rapidly, driven by accelerating demand for AI workloads and continued cloud migration. Industry forecasts show double-digit annual growth, reflecting an urgent need for new capacity and faster deployment cycles. Within this environment, our primary target customers are co-location data center operators. Companies like Equinix, Digital Reality, CoreSite operate multiple facilities and tend to build in repeatable patterns. They are highly focused on controlling cost, standardizing deployments, and getting new capacity online quickly, which aligns directly with our value proposition. Every new facility expansion or refresh cycle represents a recurring opportunity for ModPlug to deliver standardized solutions. Our secondary segment is hyperscale operators, including Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. These organizations operate at massive scale and value standardization across campuses, states, and regions. Winning here requires longer sales cycles and deeper validation, but the deal size can be significantly larger. Regardless of segment, the core customer needs are consistent. Lower install costs, faster deployment, repeatability across facility and jurisdictions, confidence in compliant. The decision makers we need to reach are typical VP of operations or facilities directors, people who are responsible for deployment timelines, budgets, and who feel the pain of current processes acutely. This segmentation helps us focus on resources on the customers we can create the most value. Customer lifetime value highlights the economic potential of ModPlug's core customer segments. As shown, CLV increases significantly with customer scale and retention. Small single facility operators generate limited long-term value with CLV near break-even. This reinforces that one-off deployments are not an ideal strategic focus. Mid-size operators produce materially stronger returns, reflecting higher recurring margin and retention. At this level, CLV multiples demonstrate a healthy and sustainable profit. Large, multi-facility customers deliver the most compelling economics. Standardization across sites drives high retention and favorable payback, resulting in CLV above 500,000 and CIC efficiency approaching 6-to-1. These customers represent the highest value growth opportunity. A key insight from this analysis is the leverage of retention. A modest 5-point improvement in retention yields approximately 71,000 in incremental CLV per customers, a 44% uplift. This underscores the importance of customer successes, product reliability, and ongoing support as strategic priorities. Overall, the CLV model validates a focus on mid to large-scale operators, where ModPlug can deliver repeatable value and benefit from strong lifetime economics. Competitive landscape. Understanding our competitive environment is critical, so let's apply the competitive analysis frameworks from class. Our direct competitors fall into 3 categories. First, there's PDU cables and similar companies offering traditional cable solutions. These work, but they require custom configurations and field terminations. Second, there's Acceleration, actually my current employer, with existing products in the market. And third, there's the traditional method of field terminations by licensed electricians, which is really our biggest competition because it's the status quo. So what's our differentiation? This is where we apply a counter-positioning strategy. We're the first UL-listed modular system in this space. That UL certification is a significant barrier to entry. It takes time, expertise, and money to achieve. This gives us first-mover advantage with built-in competitive protection. Our differentiation centers on 3 points. We're modular and certified, we significantly reduce labor requirements, and we provide standardization across jurisdictions. This combination is unique in the market. Now, applying the optimal distinctiveness framework from class, we're in an interesting position. The market is currently fragmented with lots of custom solutions, which creates an opportunity for more standardized approach. We're not trying to be just another custom solution. We're creating a new category of certified modular systems. The competitive barriers are real. Our UL certification took significant investment. Customers face switching costs once they adopt, and we're building expertise in the regulatory requirements across different states that would be hard for competitors to replicate quickly. The collaborators component of the 5Cs framework is critical for ModPlug because we can't succeed alone. Let me outline our key relationships. First, our dependencies. We absolutely need our UL certification partner. This relationship is foundational to our value proposition. We also depend on component manufacturers for quality and reliability. And we need robust quality assurance process because any failures in the field could damage our reputation and certification. For distribution, we're planning a multi-channel approach. We'll work with electrical supply distributors who already have relationships with data center builders. We'll partner with data center equipment vendors who can bundle our solution, and we'll maintain direct sales capability for large operators who prefer direct relationships. Our complementers are companies whose products and services work alongside ours. Construction firms doing data center builds, MEP contractors handling mechanical and electrical systems. These aren't competitors, they're potential partners who can specify our products. And our strategic partners are co-location operators themselves. These early adopter relationships give us co-development opportunities, reference customers, and validation. That's invaluable for reaching the broader market. The collaborator ecosystem is essential for scaling the business beyond what we could do alone. Now let's talk about how we actually reach customers and drive adoption. This is where we apply several frameworks we learned: the customer acquisition funnel and Rogers' diffusion of innovation theory. Our customer acquisition funnel flows from the awareness to purchase. We create awareness through trade shows, events like Data Center World and 7x24 Exchange, where our target customers are gathered. We generate interest through technical presentations that demonstrate the product and quality to quantify the ROI. We move prospects to evaluation through pilot installations where they can prove the value in their own environment. And finally, we convert to purchase with full deployment. But here's where crossing the chasm becomes critical. Jeffrey Moore's framework teaches us that there's a big gap between early adopters and the early majority. Our early adopters are progressive co-location operators who are willing to try new approaches and value innovation. They're not risk averse, they see competitive advantage in being first. The early majority, however, needs proof. They want to see case studies, ROI data, and evidence that this works at scale. So our go-to-market strategy must focus on winning those early adopters, reference customers first, documenting their success and meticulously using those stories to convince the pragmatist buyers in the early majority. We're also applying Rogers' 5 factors of diffusion. Our relative advantage is clear: lower cost and faster deployment. Compatibility is good. We work within existing data center designs. Complexity is low. The plug-and-play trialability is possible through pilots, and observability is high. The cost and time savings are measurable and visible. The framework-based approach is go-to market gives us clear roadmap for how to sequence our efforts and where to invest. Building strong brand equity is essential for long-term success, especially in B2B markets, where reputation and trust are paramount. Let me walk through our brand strategy using the framework from class. Our brand is built on the three pillars: innovation, reliability, and efficiency. Innovation because we're introducing a new approach to traditional process. Reliability because in data centers, where uptime is everything, customers need to trust that our solution works. And efficiency because ultimately we're helping them deploy faster and cheaper. For building trust, we leverage three primary drivers. First, our UL certification. This third-party validation is incredibly important in an industry focused on safety and compliance. Secondly, live demonstrations where customers can see the system in action and understand how it works. And third, customer testimonials from early adopters who can speak authentically about their experience. For driving loyalty, we focus on delivering on our promises. When customers realize that cost savings we projected, when installations actually go faster, and when our support team helps them succeed, that builds loyalty. The ease of use matters too. If our system is genuinely easier than alternatives, people naturally want to keep using it. Our differentiation is the unique combination of modularity plus certification. Lots of companies can make cables. Some companies have modular approaches, but we're the first to combine modular design with UL listing specifically for this application. In terms of positioning, we're positioning as the premium innovation solution versus traditional methods. We're not the cheapest option up front, but we deliver superior ROI through labor savings and speed. The clear positioning helps customers understand what we are and what we are not, which is essential for effective marketing. Looking forward, there are significant opportunities to innovate and grow beyond our initial offering. This is where we apply concepts like blue ocean strategy and disruptive innovation. For service innovation, we can change the nature of how our customer relationships. We're planning comprehensive training programs that certify installers on our system. We could offer installation certification that becomes valuable to our contractors, and 24/7 technical support that makes us a true partner, not just a vendor. These services create additional value and switching costs. For product expansion, we can extend our modular platform. We can offer multiple voltage configurations for different applications, different power capacities for various rack densities, and customer solutions for enterprise customers with unique requirements. This product portfolio allows us to serve more segments and capture more value. Now here's where Blue Ocean strategy comes in. We're not competing in the existing market space between fully custom solutions and standardized products. We're creating a new space. Modular flexibility with plug-and-play simplicity. We're making some aspects of electrical installations more standardized while keeping the flexibility that data centers need. That's a blue ocean. The disruptive potential is real. Clay Christensen's theory teaches us that disruption often comes from making something simpler and more accessible. We're fundamentally changing who can perform these installations. Instead of requiring highly skilled, state-licensed electricians for every connection, we're enabling trained technicians to do the work. That's democratizing a traditionally skilled, intensive process. For adjacent markets, once we prove success in co-locations, we can move into edge computing facilities and hyperscale data centers. These are natural extensions that leverage our core capabilities. This innovation roadmap shows how we can grow and adapt over time. Based on this analysis, let me synthesize our strategic recommendation into phased implementation plan. This demonstrates how we translate marketing strategy into actionable plans. Phase 1, months 0 to 6, is about establishing credibility with our early adopters. We need to focus intensely on winning our first 3 to 5 customers, helping them succeed, and documenting their results meticulously. These become our proof points. Success here means pilots completed, cost savings validated, and testimonials captured. Phase 2, months 7 to 18, is about scaling through distribution partnerships. Once we have proof, we can recruit electrical distributors and equipment vendors to carry our product. We expand our sales team. We increase our presence at industry events. Success here means a functioning distribution network and accelerating sales velocity. Phase 3, month 19 to 36, is about market expansion. We move beyond colocation into hyperscale and edge computing segments. We potentially expand geographically if the US success is strong. We've proven the model, and now we're scaling it. The key success matrix we'll track here are installation time reduction. We should consistently hit 40 to 60% improvement. Customer acquisition rate, how quickly we're adding new customers. Revenue per customer, are we capturing the value we projected? And market share in this colocation segment, are we becoming the standard? The success factors that will make or break us are maintaining our UL certification as we improve the product, getting strong customer testimonials that convince the early majority, and proving ROI as always that are clear and compelling to buyers. This phased approach manages risk while building momentum systemically. Let me conclude with the takeaways from this marketing strategy analysis. First, ModPlug addresses a real pain point in a high-growth market. The data center industry is expanding rapidly, and our solution directly solves costly, time-consuming problems that operators face every day. This isn't a vitamin, it's a painkiller. Second, we have a strong value proposition with measurable ROI. The 40 to 60% cost reduction isn't vague, it's quantifiable. The weeks of time savings are concrete. Customers can calculate the return, which makes the buying decision clearer. Third, we enjoy first mover advantage with high competitive barriers. The UL certification took significant investment and expertise to achieve. It's not easy for competitors to replicate quickly. Gives us a window to establish market position. Fourth, we have a clear path from early adopters to mainstream market. By applying frameworks like Crossing the Chasm and Rogers Diffusion, we understand how to sequence our go-to-market efforts. When the innovators prove the value, then scale to the majority. And finally, this is a scalable business model with high customer lifetime value potential. The economics work, the CLV to CAC ratio is favorable, revenue per customer is strong, and repeat business potential is excellent. Bringing this all together, the market strategy framework we've learned this semester, the 5 C's, CLV analysis, competitive positioning, crossing the chasm, brand equity, blue ocean strategy. These aren't just academic concepts. When applied rigorously to real businesses like ModPlug, they provide invaluable insights that inform strategy and increase the probability of success. This is what marketing strategy is all about: understanding your customers deeply, differentiating from competitors meaningfully, building partnerships and strategically, and executing with discipline. Thank you for your time. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have about ModPlug's marketing strategy.